Okay, cool. So we've just been together for 2 days on some training together. What have we been up to? In fact, I'll start with you, Kate. What's, generally speaking, what have we been doing for the last 2 days?
So we've been doing a course on service design for public sector.
Yeah.
It's been really interesting, all about the different methodology that we can take back to our councils and sort of adapt for specific projects around transformation and innovation. It's been really interesting.
Ah, cool. I mean, it's quite a different training course. It's not like loads of slides, a lot of activity. Tosh, maybe you can sort of explain what the general setup of the training is. What's the process we've gone through?
I mean, over the 2 days, there's been some theory and a lot of practical stuff. And the templates you have is amazing. So things we can actually take away, things like this we've worked here, we can actually take away and already thinking how to apply this. So it gives a structure, the way you're working. And I'm already thinking about how we engage our senior business analysts, how we engage our business analysts and talk to our project managers as well about applying things to products.
Nice. So, no, that's great. That's awesome. So we've transported you off somewhere to another borough. You've been on secondment. Sarah, do you want to talk to us about where we've been for a couple of days?
Bin.
The name is way too complicated.
Wasteborough.
Yeah, is it Bin?
Binborough.
Oh,
Wasteborough and Binbury Council,
So
yeah.
at Wasteborough and Binbury Council, the issue was that cycling rates were extremely low compared to neighbouring or London boroughs. I think it's at 17%, and the target's about 50%.
Yeah.
So that was the challenge that we were facing. So we had to carry out some discovery work, look at some data, engage with residents through interviews, and try and understand the scale of the problem and what the actual problem was, the issues were, what was creating, what was the reason behind the very low rates of recycling.
Nice. So how did that actually go down? So, well, maybe you can talk about day one, what actually happened in the simulation.
Yeah, so day one we were kind of focusing on the kind of discovery aspect. So we were working in this as a group of 4, so kind of finding out more about the issue and then also defining like the kind of key things that were making that an issue for Wasteborough. So that was day one, so we were kind of engaging with residents, finding out what...
But actual residents, though, right? You got to speak with them.
Well,
that were not me.
wasn't me. It was not you, but we had some fairly shoddy acting from our residents.
Brutal.
Yeah, so we kind of got to role play different interview scenarios, and that's obviously stuff that we can kind of take away into our everyday jobs now that we've kind of practiced it. And we'll probably feel like a lot more comfortable in doing so. So I feel like it's really helpful.
Nice. And what about day 2? What was today about?
Yeah, so by the end of day 1, we'd come up with our how might be's, which were sort of what are our sort of problem statements, or where are we starting from. And day 2, so today was all about sort of solutions and how we could come up with some ideas, and we learned a load of crazy techniques to try to...
Crazy good or crazy bad?
Crazy good.
Crazy good, okay.
And use examples like how would we get us all to the moon, how would we end homelessness, how would we get us, to the final of the World Cup. And we've got loads of different techniques that we use. Some of those are on the wall. We use yes and, which is something adapted from improv.
That's right, yeah.
And then Crazy 8, which was my favourite, lots of drawing and visuals. And then we sort of narrowed down our ideas using these techniques, and then came up with quite a detailed prototyping plan, sort of, which is just basically, set that all out.
Yeah, and it took us to really keep the customer in the picture, and the feedback we got from Rebecca yourself and Dennis, and take that back to the second day and actually applying our presentations, think about spending more time on, as you said, the information's great, but unless it's translated and explainable to the correct audience, it doesn't really mean much. And then bringing in quotes, bringing in the residents, really making it real, that was really interesting, because most of it's text sometimes, but this is actually done practical, hands-on.
Nice. That's really, really good. So, how do you feel at the end of it? So, like, if you had to sum it up in a word, like, well, this is like a lot of pressure now, isn't it?
One single word.
In one single word, yeah. I'll actually, you can have to.
Okay, I would say that I feel inspired and confident just because I don't have much experience in transformation with local authority, and my main role is within the PMO, so it's not really delivery when it comes to project and program management. So this is all very new, and I just learned so much and took so much away with me and share that with my team as well. And amazing methods and templates as well. We're bringing templates and workshops and stuff at PMO.
Lovely to
So,
hear.
Yeah, that was a really cheeky thing. Tosh, how do you, now do not follow Tara's example. I loved it, I absolutely loved it. But
I've got focus and structure.
focus and structure.
Because in my job we have a lot of tools, but this gives me real focus on how to do it and the actual structure on how to do it with the templates come along with it. So really, it is really crystal clear from right now.
Nice, thanks so much. What about you, Rob?
I think mine will probably be enthusiastic. Because I think there's quite a lot of stuff that we've learned over the process through the 2 days that like all my projects could do with like some of little elements of this kind of interjected into it. And I think like moving forward with my work it will be really helpful.
Ah, so good. And we don't need to hear Kate's. No, I want to hear yours.
Mine would be change perspective.
Okay.
Because I feel like my view on how we should do projects has changed completely. From like looking at a lot of transformation projects are looking at sort of things internally and how we can move things about. We have a lot of assumptions that we make, but this is completely sort of flip that. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make a difference. You know.